First Robotics Team 1511 presents We Can Robot. Hey everyone, I'm Adrian from First Robotics Team 1511 Rolling Thunder from Penfield High School. Last week, we learned how simple machines can help us when we build a robot. This week, we're going to see how programming can make things move by learning about it in Scratch. Remember, you can access Scratch for free by going to scratch.mit.edu or with the link in the description below. So the first thing that I'm going to do is choose something that I want to make move. I can do this by clicking choose a sprite, and I'm going to pick a little robot like this one. You can also click upload sprite to choose your own picture that you found online, like this Dozer robot that I found. Looks like Dozer's a little too big, so I'm going to cut his size down a little bit. There we go. Look, he's even got 3 wheels, perfect for driving. The next thing I want to do to drive Dozer is click on this Events tab and bring in the When Flag Clicked block, because my program is going to start when I click this green flag. Next, I need to go to Control and bring in this Forever block. This block makes it so that the program is always checking for what I ask it to check for. In this case, we want the program to always be checking whether or not I press the arrow keys, and if I do, it needs to move my robot. We can check if I'm pressing a button by bringing in an if statement. We use if statements all the time in programming to tell the programs to do things. To check if I'm pressing the button, I need to click on Sensing and drag in the key space pressed block into this little shape right here inside the if statement. Now it's up to you what button you want to use to move your robot or whatever you're moving, but I want to use the arrow keys, so I'm going to click up arrow here. And to tell the program how much I want Dozer to move, I need to go to Motion and bring the Move 10 Steps block under the if statement. So if you think about what we've done so far, we've told the program that when the flag is clicked, the program always needs to check if I'm pressing the up arrow, and if I am, then Dozer moves 10 steps. So check it out. Now when I press the up arrow, Dozer can drive. But what if we want Dozer to move backwards or even spin? Well, that's pretty easy, because now we know that all we need is another if statement. So I'm going to drag in another if statement and bring in another key space pressed, but I'm going to change it to the down arrow. And then I'm going to drag in one more move 10 steps, but I'm going to change the 10 to -10 or -10, because we don't want him to move 10 steps forward, we need him to move backwards. Now I want to do one more thing really quickly. I want Dozer to turn. So to the side, I'm going to make another When the Flag is Clicked block, and then I'm going to bring in Set Rotation Style inside of Motion. Now I'm going to change it to all around because that's what's going to allow him to spin. Now remember, we need our program to always be checking if something is true, so I'm going to bring in another forever loop. And I'm going to bring in another if statement and my trusty key space press block. But this time I want to press the left arrow key, and then I'm going to have to go to Motion and bring in Turn 15 degrees. Now notice I didn't bring in Move 10 steps because we don't want him to move forward or backwards, we want him to turn. So for one last thing, we're going to bring in another if statement, another key space press block. We're going to change it to the one arrow key we have left, which is the right arrow, and turn 15 degrees clockwise because it's the other way. And finally, if we press the green flag, Dozer can spin, he can move forward, backwards, and he can even do a flip. Programming is a great way to make electronic things like robots or video game characters move on command or even by themselves. This week, hop onto Scratch and try to make something move. We'd love to see what you come up with using what you learned today. Until then, have a great week and stay safe.